Hey 49ers faithful, we're back with an exclusive video bringing you the latest updates on our beloved San Francisco 49ers. Before we jump in, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit that like button. This way, you'll never miss any breaking news or exciting updates about the Niners. The NFL world is buzzing like never before, and if you blinked yesterday, you might have missed one of the most jaw-dropping moves in recent memory. MICAH Parsons, the electrifying linebacker who has been terrorizing quarterbacks and turning games on their heads, has officially been traded from the Dallas Cowboys to the San Francisco 49ers. Yes, you heard that right. Parsons, the defensive phenom who has been the heart and soul of Dallas defense, is now heading to the West Coast. Rumors have been swirling for weeks, with insiders hinting at tense contract negotiations, whispered locker room disagreements, and a desire from San Francisco to inject some immediate, game-changing firepower into their defensive lineup. Fans across the league are both shocked and ecstatic, some screaming betrayal, while others are already imagining the highlight reels this season could bring. Analysts are scrambling to adjust their power rankings, with some claiming this trade could instantly make the 49ers the favorites in the NFC, while others are warning that chemistry and adaptation could become serious challenges. Social media erupted within minutes, with gifs of Parsons' explosive tackles flooding Twitter and Instagram, and hashtags like #Parsons49ers trending within an hour. Every fan and pundit now has an opinion, and the narrative is just beginning to unfold, creating a storm that the NFL landscape might never forget. In Dallas, the reaction has been visceral, to say the least. Cowboys faithful are expressing a cocktail of disbelief, frustration, and nostalgia as they recall Parsons' jaw-dropping performances over the past seasons. The linebacker, often described as a human highlight reel, has delivered sacks, forced fumbles, and tackles for loss that have turned playoff dreams into nightmares for opposing teams. His departure leaves a gaping hole in the Cowboys' defensive scheme, prompting immediate speculation about how the coaching staff will attempt to fill the void. Will they promote from within, or will a new acquisition be necessary to soften the blow? Meanwhile, rumors about locker room dynamics and front office disagreements are swirling with even greater intensity. Some sources suggest that Parsons' departure was influenced by differences in vision with the Cowboys management, while others claim it was a mutually beneficial decision to allow the player to pursue a new challenge in a team that is already stacked for contention. The Cowboys fan base is left oscillating between mourning a defensive powerhouse and clinging to hope that the team can adapt and rebound. Social media is littered with debates, memes, and emotional tributes to Parsons, with every tackle and play being dissected, replayed, and celebrated one last time. The ripple effects of this trade are immense, and the Cowboys' next moves will be scrutinized under a microscope by both fans and analysts alike. Meanwhile, in San Francisco, excitement is reaching fever pitch. The 49ers, who have been quietly calculating their moves in the offseason, finally pulled the trigger on a trade that many analysts consider a game-changer. Parsons' arrival is expected to immediately elevate their defensive front, adding not just talent, but a psychological edge. Opposing quarterbacks are now staring down the prospect of facing one of the league's most dynamic defensive playmakers, capable of changing the course of a game with a single burst of speed or a perfectly timed blitz. Rumors are circulating that the 49ers plan to craft schemes specifically tailored to maximize Parsons' unique skill set, combining his speed, strength, and football IQ to create a defensive nightmare for any offense. The locker room, already buzzing with talent, is said to be welcoming Parsons with open arms, anticipating the synergy he could generate with players like Nick Bosa and Fred Warner. Fans are posting highlight reels from Parsons' career, imagining the spectacle of him in red and gold, and betting odds are starting to shift almost instantaneously. Analysts are predicting the 49ers' defensive statistics could skyrocket, creating matchups that feel unfair to even the most seasoned quarterbacks. The energy in the Bay Area is electric, with merchandise sales and jersey pre-orders reportedly surging. The trade is not just a roster move. It's a statement, a declaration that San Francisco is ready to dominate. And Parsons is now at the center of that narrative, carrying both expectation and excitement into a city that craves championship glory. Speculation about the financial and strategic aspects of the trade has become a major talking point among insiders and fans alike. Sources indicate that the Cowboys received a combination of draft picks and potential player considerations, though exact details remain murky. The strategic calculus behind this move is fascinating. Dallas may have sacrificed short-term firepower for long-term flexibility, while San Francisco appears to have committed to an aggressive approach aimed at immediate contention. Analysts are dissecting every angle, debating whether the 49ers overpaid or whether this is a masterstroke that could reshape the NFC West. Meanwhile, fantasy football enthusiasts are scrambling to adjust their lineups, with Parsons suddenly becoming a hot commodity for defensive stats in daily and season-long leagues. Social media is awash with memes, conspiracy theories, and heated debates as fans weigh the implications of the trade not just on the field, but on the broader league landscape. Some are comparing this move to past blockbuster trades, noting its potential to influence playoff trajectories and Super Bowl projections. The uncertainty and anticipation are feeding a perfect storm of discussion, speculation, and hype, turning every analysis into a spectacle and every rumor into a viral conversation starter. Whether this trade is remembered as genius or folly, the buzz surrounding Parsons' move to San Francisco will dominate headlines and locker room chatter for weeks to come. Off-field narratives are also emerging, adding layers to an already complex story. Reports suggest that Parsons' relocation could influence endorsement deals, media appearances, and even charitable initiatives, with both cities' markets adjusting to his sudden transfer. The social and cultural impact of a player like Parsons cannot be underestimated. He is not just an athlete, but a personality whose influence extends far beyond the gridiron. In San Francisco, local media are speculating on how he will integrate into community programs and public engagements, while Dallas outlets are reflecting on his contributions and debating the franchise's next steps. The ripple effects extend to fans' daily lives, social interactions, and even city pride, as Parsons becomes a symbol of both change and possibility. Conversations in sports bars, offices, and online forums are dominated by theories about his fit, potential impact, and how quickly he can adapt to a new defensive scheme. Meanwhile, highlight reels and statistical breakdowns dominate sports networks and YouTube channels, keeping the discussion alive and continuously evolving. Parsons' trade is more than a roster move. It is a cultural moment, a topic that invites conversation across multiple platforms and communities, ensuring that no fan, analyst, or commentator can remain indifferent. As the countdown to the next NFL season continues, the anticipation surrounding Parsons' debut in red and gold is palpable. Analysts are predicting immediate matchups that could define the season, with quarterbacks and offensive lines across the league now revising their strategies. The psychological edge Parsons brings is just as significant as his physical presence, as offenses must now account for his speed, timing, and instinctive playmaking ability on every snap. Rumors about how head coach Kyle Shanahan plans to integrate Parsons are already circulating, with insiders suggesting innovative formations and blitz packages designed to exploit his versatility. Fans are already planning their viewing parties, merchandise orders, and fantasy football strategies, eager to witness what many expect to be a historic season. Social media conversations are filled with mock-ups, highlight compilations, and heated debates about how the 49ers will fare in the NFC West with Parsons now in the fold. The narrative is building like a tidal wave, pulling every corner of the football world into speculation, excitement, and anticipation. Whether Parsons becomes the ultimate catalyst for a championship run or faces unforeseen challenges adapting to his new environment, one thing is certain. The story of his move to San Francisco will dominate conversations, broadcasts, and debates for months to come, leaving a lasting imprint on the league and its passionate fan base. Whispers from inside the league suggest that the timing of Parsons' trade was almost cinematic, perfectly aligned with the 49ers' strategic offseason moves. Sources indicate that behind closed doors, meetings between coaches, General managers and scouts stretched late into the night, dissecting every scenario, every potential alignment, and every possible impact on the team's defensive chemistry. There's speculation that San Francisco identified Parsons not merely as a player, but as a transformative force, someone capable of redefining their identity on the field. Fans are already imagining highlight reels where Parsons pairs with Nick Bosa in an unstoppable rush duo, forcing quarterbacks into impossible decisions, generating turnovers, and flipping momentum in critical games. Rumors about secret strategies, game-breaking packages, and innovative defensive schemes are spreading like wildfire across forums, podcasts, and social media feeds. Meanwhile, Dallas insiders suggest that Parsons' departure was about more than money. It involved vision, culture, and perhaps a disagreement over the direction of the team. Analysts are calling it a chess move, but one with high stakes, acknowledging the risk and reward on both sides. The intrigue is intensifying, and every statement, handshake, or cryptic quote is being scrutinized for hidden meaning, feeding a frenzy of speculation that ensures this story will dominate headlines until Parsons takes the field for his first official 49ers game. But before we dive in, don't forget to subscribe to 49ers Zone and hit the like button on this video. Your support helps us keep bringing you the latest updates on the San Francisco 49ers. And don't forget to share your thoughts on the news in the comments below. Inside the 49ers locker room, the atmosphere is reportedly electric, with players buzzing about Parsons' arrival, imagining the energy and intensity he brings. Rumors indicate that veteran leaders are already mapping out ways to integrate him into practice drills, film sessions, and pre-game preparation, aiming to harness his explosive talent while maintaining team cohesion. Parsons' versatility, speed, and ability to read offensive schemes are the subjects of intense study, with coaches reportedly planning unique blitz patterns, coverage adjustments, and hybrid linebacker alignments tailored specifically for him. Fans have taken notice, flooding social media with mock-ups, highlight reels, and countdowns, creating a viral sensation before he has even played a down for the team. Analysts speculate on how Parsons' presence will influence the rest of the roster, predicting a potential domino effect where opposing teams must rethink their game plans entirely. The chatter isn't just about on-field impact. Parsons' charisma, leadership, and presence are already reshaping perceptions of the team culture, sparking debates about his role beyond stats and tackles. Even casual fans are being pulled into the conversation, discussing every possible scenario where Parsons' aggression, speed, and instinct could turn the 49ers into a nightmare matchup across the league. The hype machine is in full force, and whispers are turning into a roar, positioning Parsons as the centerpiece of an evolving dynasty. Meanwhile, speculation about the financial and contractual implications continues to fuel debate, with sources hinting that this trade involves intricate clauses, performance incentives, and future draft considerations. Industry insiders suggest that Dallas gained flexibility in the salary cap, potentially enabling high-profile signings or extensions, while San Francisco committed resources in a way that signals immediate championship aspirations. Fans and analysts alike are poring over every reported figure, dissecting potential bonuses, guarantees, and incentives tied to sacks, forced fumbles, and defensive rankings. Fantasy football enthusiasts are recalculating projections, with Parsons' statistical impact likely to reverberate across defensive leagues and DFS platforms. Meanwhile, social media conversations are dominated by speculation about whether this trade could inspire a chain reaction across the league, influencing other trades, contract negotiations, and team strategies. Analysts are comparing the move to historical blockbuster trades, debating whether this is a blueprint for modern defensive strategy or a calculated gamble that might backfire. Every piece of news, from training camp reports to off-season interviews, is now filtered through the lens of Parsons' arrival. The conversation is no longer solely about talent. It's about strategy, economics, and the ripple effect this trade could create, turning what might seem like a simple roster change into a multifaceted narrative that dominates headlines and locker rooms alike. The rumor mill has also turned its attention to potential clashes or synergies within the 49ers' defensive line, with whispers suggesting that Parsons' style could redefine roles, alter depth charts, and create matchups previously unthinkable. Coaches are reportedly brainstorming ways to integrate him without disrupting existing chemistry, considering rotations, snap counts, and situational packages that maximize his ability to pressure quarterbacks and create chaos in the backfield. Fans are captivated, imagining scenarios where Parsons' explosiveness turns third downs into highlight reel moments, where his instincts disrupt timing and strategy, forcing offenses to adjust or crumble under pressure. Social media platforms are filled with mock predictions, highlight compilations, and heated debates, with every fan theorizing about the perfect alignment to showcase Parsons' strengths. Analysts are dissecting previous games, comparing his play to other defensive phenoms, and projecting potential records or league-leading statistics. Rumors about potential leadership dynamics are also spreading, with insiders suggesting that Parsons' competitive drive could inspire teammates, elevate practice intensity, and shift the overall culture. Even casual observers are tuning in, intrigued by how one player could alter the identity of a franchise, creating anticipation, excitement, and speculation that continues to escalate with every passing day. The buzz is relentless, positioning Parsons not just as a player, but as a catalyst for transformation. That's it for this update. If you enjoyed the video and want to keep receiving exclusive news about the San Francisco 49ers, make sure to subscribe to 49ers Zone and give this video a like. We always look forward to hearing your comments and opinions. See you in the next video.